Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, Chapter 13th, text number 18th. Please repeat. Nate shayanasya nirudyamasya brahmanno hartho yata eva bhogaha abhogino yam tava vipradeha pivayatastad vadana kshamam chet nate shayanasya nirudyamasya brahmanno hartho yata eva bhogaha abhogino yam tava vipradeha pivayatastad vadana kshamam chet. No, not. Te, of you. Shayanasya, lying down. Nirudyamasya, without activities. Brahman, O saintly person. No, indeed, it is evident. Arthaha, money. Yataha, from which. Eva, indeed. Bhogaha, sense enjoyment. Abhoginaha, of one who is not engaged in sense gratification. Sense enjoyment, it says here. I am this. Tava, your. Vipra, O learned Brahmana. Deha, body. Piva, fat. Yataha, how is it? Tat, that fact. Vada, kindly tell. Naha, us. Kshamam, excuse. Chet, if I have asked an impudent question. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki. O Brahmana, fully in knowledge of transcendence, you have nothing to do and therefore you are lying down. It is also understood that you have no money for sense enjoyment. How then has your body become so fat? Under the circumstances, if you do not consider my question impudent, kindly explain how this has happened. Okay. Purport. Generally, those engaged in spiritual advancement take food only once, either in the afternoon or in the evening. Some of you do this. If one takes food only once, naturally, he does not become fat. The learned sage, however, was quite fat, and therefore Prahlad Maharaj was very much surprised. Because of being experienced in self-realization, a transcendentalist certainly becomes bright-faced, and one who is advanced in self-realization must be considered to possess the body of a Brahman. Because the bright-faced saintly person was lying down and not working, and yet was quite fat, Prahlad Maharaj was puzzled and wanted to question him about this. Nate shayanasya nirudyamasya brahman nuharto yatayeva bhogaha abhogino yam tava vipradeha pivayatastad vadanakshamam chet. Hari Hari. The behavior of a perfect person is the chapter title. And I think most of you had been hearing this, going through this section of Bhagavatam as part of Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya program. Yeah, first of all, there's a dialogue between Narad Muni and Yudhishthir Maharaj. And he has already talked about ideal brahmachari, ideal grahastha, like that. Yeah? No? It's covered. And talking, discussing those, you may want to say, varnashram matters, or the characteristics of members of different varnas, different ashrams. There's a study now being done here of a perfect person who is supposed to be also sannyasi. Narad Muni he's talking of once upon a time, long time ago, Prahlad Maharaj, the stories begin like this, right? This is the story. Prahlad Maharaj is touring universities, touring whole universities. The purpose of the tour is to understand the perfect person. Who is perfect person, and what, well, not only what he looks like, what does he do, and how does he behave, and what are his gunas and dharmas and the characters, and like that. So as Prahlad Maharaj is traveling with that purpose in mind, now he has reached, earlier mentioned, Sahya mountain. In the ranges of Sahya mountain. This is in India. It begins around Mumbai and goes all the way to Goa and Udupi, Krishna and Mangalore, like that. It's called Sahya or Sahyadri. Adri means mountain or parvat, Sahyadri. Also meaning tolerant mountain, Sahya, tolerant mountains. So somewhere in that region, He has come across this person lying down, and he's inquiring from him, "Hey, you're sleeping?" Yeah, this person is also lying down, not sleeping. Shayanasya. Nate shayanasya nirudyamasya. He has made observation about the person in front of him, and he's addressing him accordingly. "Oh, you who is lying down here, nirudyamasya, doing nothing, Brahman, but you are bright-faced. Huh? You are a Brahman. It appears you are a Brahman. No ha artho yata eva bhogaha." Prahlad Maharaj says, for bhoga, for enjoyment, you need artha. Ha or no, certainly. Artha yata eva bhoga. The bhoga, the enjoyment is possible if there is artha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, right? Dharma, artha and kama, they go together. Artha eva bhogaha. Abhogino ayam tava vipradeha. But because you are lying down and you are doing nothing, you are making no endeavor. Divacharthe hayarajan kutumba bharane nava, as Sukadeva Goswami had said. As soon as the sun rises in the east, Divacha Arthe, people get up and begin running around Divacha Arthe for economic development. Where is money? Where is money? Where is money? Sweeter than honey. That money, where is money? And once there is a money, Divacharde Haya Rajan Kutumba Bharane Nava. And then Kutumba Bharan, Palan, Poshan, maintenance, or enjoyment of the family, or enjoying in association of family. You enjoy, family enjoys. This happens when one makes a lot of endeavor, runs around, even joins the rat race. Hari Hari. Those people Prabhupada had met in Boston. He takes up the first look at America, and he is there with Captain Pandya, and no one is stopping. Everyone is running back and forth. So lots of hustle and bustle and run around like the rat race on the four. The animals have 4 legs and they're running, and the humans, they have four-wheelers, 4-legged transport system, and they're sitting and seriously. So Srila Prabhupada then was, oh, I was supposed to be preaching to them, but if they don't stop, how am I going to preach to them? They are in the middle of a big race, the rat race. Have you ever tried to stop the rat? Shake hand. What does rat do? Diversion. Prahlad Maharaj is seeing this person is doing nothing. He's just lying down. Nirudhyamasya, he has no udyam, no undertaking, no business, he's doing nothing. So, where is money? He's not making money, and in order to enjoy for bhoga, you need money, but he is not making money. Oh, bhogino ayam tava vipradeha piva. But you seem to be piva. Mention, you still look very fat. Unhappy. Prabhupada once on a morning walk, he saw pigs and they're happy. Pigs. They're fat. I think previously Prabhupada has quoted Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Did not like the fat brahmacharis or sannyasis. He himself was very slim. Yeah, so you are making no endeavor. Seems that you have no money. You are empty pocket. You don't even have a pocket. But you are fat. Anyway, it's mentioned fat. Piva has been translated as fat here. But in the previous verse, it also has been translated as stout and strong, which is the other meaning of piva. Fat is one, but being stout and strong, being hale and hearty. So not necessarily you are overweight, or look at your tummy or obesity there. This is not good. Being fat is not good. So it is not said in that sense. You look hale and hearty. How is it? I am amazed. Acharya is commenting on this verse. Prahlad Maharaj is amazed to see this. How did this happen? He has no money. He's not making any endeavor. He's just lying down. But he seems to be happy, hale and hearty. Yatastadvada nakshamam chet. And as Prahlad Maharaj is not able to figure it out, he is wanting to know from that person himself. You please tell me. Tadvada, the cause of all this, yataha, how did all this happen? How did this happen? You look very hale and hearty. Nakshamam chet, if you don't mind, or if you don't take this question as an offense, Prahlad Maharaj wants to make sure he has not offended this Brahmin by such inquiry. So he's concluding, Nakshamam chet. If you don't consider my question to be impudent question, please, Vada, tell me all how this has happened. And then next, so stay tuned in, keep coming every day, keep doing Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, and you will find out answer to this question. Which will be describing the behavior of a perfect person, or behavior, the character of a perfect person. Prahlad Maharaj is letting this person speak for himself. So and one day, as you keep hearing this, he's going to say, I'm going to do a little fast forwarding here. The actual form of life for living entity is one of spiritual happiness, which is real happiness. This happiness can be achieved only when one stops all materialistic activities, right? Because he's not even acting, he's just lying down. So he was asked, oh, how come? You're just lying down. So he says, as one stops all materialistic activities, material enjoyment is simply imagination. Haribo. Well, he's certainly speaking from his realization. He's a perfect person, he's a realized person, and when he says material enjoyment is simply imagination, he knows what he's talking about. Even after hearing, we may not understand, but he knows what he's talking about. The material enjoyment is simply imagination. Therefore, considering this subject matter, I have ceased from all material activities and I am lying down here. So amongst many other things that this Brahman is going to be talking, this is kind of the crux of the matter, or this is directly the answer. Vada, please tell, please share your realization of what you have to say. How you're stout and hale and hearty and happy and so he said he would be saying one day. We already said that in advance. Devadattaha. I was not fully, or maybe it is, must be. I think Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, if I remember correctly, he has quoted, Devadattaha divana bhunkte. There is a person called Devadatta. Divana bhunkte. During the daytime he does not eat, but he is fat. So Hanuman is, this Hanuman is a Pratyaksha Praman and Shabda Praman, and Hanuman is one of the Pramanas, inference. So Devadatta is a person, he doesn't eat during the day. He's fat. So what he must be doing when he must be eating? At night time. So that's one point. One point made in Acharya's commentaries. Atra bhogitvam na drishyate pinatvam tu drishyate. Acharya's comment that this person is not seem to be making any endeavor to gather resources for enjoyment. This is not all seen, but the end product is seen, and pinatvam tu drishyate. Or he is piva, he is fat, he is stout, he is happy. This is visible. And what endeavor, what caused all this that resulted in happiness and being stout and healthy and happy? So this is a mystery. Yeah, it was a mystery for Prahlad Maharaj, who is studying this case, this person. Vigyena bhujaya. Vaishnavera kriya mudra vigyena bhujaya. The Vaishnavas, while commenting on this Vigyena bhujaya, Prabhupada says, not only Vaishnavas, but Vishnu's and Vaishnavas' activities are inconceivable, not understandable, being out of this world. Their activities out of this world. As I was thinking of this verse, I was reminded of what is night for all beings is time for awakening, for self-controlled, and time of awakening for all beings, night for introspective sage. I think that could be said this is a very famous statement of Lord Sri Krishna in Bhagavad-Gita, 2nd chapter, text number 69. There are two classes of intelligent men, Prabhupada says. There are two evacha, dvau, swargo, two kinds of beings. And Prabhupada is saying they are both intelligent, but one of them is supposed to be less intelligent. Prabhupada is very generous and very kind and says they are both intelligent. One is intelligent in material activities for sense gratification. Another is introspective and awake to the cultivation of self-realization. So the whole world is divided into these two kinds of personalities. The activities of the introspective sage or thoughtful man are night for persons materially absorbed. Materialistic persons remain asleep in such night due to their ignorance of self-realization. Introspective sage remains alert in the night of the materialistic man. Even their day is, the introspective sage takes that as a night. He ignores. He doesn't pay attention to, he doesn't get involved in all those activities of the materialistic man. The sage feels transcendental pleasure in gradual advancement of spiritual culture, whereas the man in materialistic activities, being asleep to self-realization, dreams of varieties of sense pleasure, feeling sometimes happy and sometimes distressed in his sleeping condition. Like the two birds, Kathopanishad, two birds in a tree, and one is enjoying the fruits, and sweet fruits. And then time comes, the bitter fruits, and is suffering. But the Paramatma, he is transcendental. So likewise, the devotee or introspective sage is also transcendental to all the wanderings of this material existence. The introspective man is always indifferent to the materialistic happiness and distress. He goes on with the self-realization activities undisturbed by material reactions. So one party says, hey, you are crazy. And then the question is, who is crazy? Introspective sages, you are crazy. And Krishna also says, you are. What is that? Anya Devata, those who go to Anya Devata, they are, they are Rita Jnana, Rita Jnana. Those who have lost their intelligence, they are less intelligent, they are running to the demigods. While Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. So who is so who is yes? One party says, you are crazy, that party, you are crazy. So according to the Lord, the Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Those who come to Krishna and surrender unto him, they are Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. And how much Gyan they have? How much do they know? Vasudeva Sarvam. Vasudeva is all in all. That's all that they know, and that's all that there is to know. Vasudeva Sarvam. And Sa Mahatma Su Durlabhaha. That kind of personality, a Brahman introspective sage, is the best and the topmost according to the Lord. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it's not easy to understand how devotees are maintained, how they become happy. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshema vahamyaham. So this is the secret, or this is how it works, this is the formula. The devotees of the Lord are maintained by Lord Himself. So vahamyaham. What they need, I carry, I supply, I bring it personally and do the home delivery. That person was not understanding. I think he was a scholar, Brahmin, and he had been reading Bhagavad-Gita. He came across this verse, Yoga Kshema Vahamyam, and his realization, no, this is not true. So he scratched. And then he wanted to make endeavor. He was not like that. Shayanasya nirudyamasya. This person that Prahlad Maharaj has come across. So this Brahmin, the scholar who had read Bhagavad-Gita, and he scratched this verse. He was not like that one. So he had no faith. So he goes to make money so that he could do shopping and maintain his family. So as he was away, there was a special visitor, not one but two of them, they said. They looked very beautiful, and they ring the bell. The wife opens the door. Come on in, and they were welcomed. And they had some special gift packets, which they delivered, and singing and chanting and dancing, they went away. After some time, that Brahmin returns home, and then the wife shares, hey, you know what happened? You know what happened? Two boys had come and they left all these tons of gift packages for us, for our family. Really? And he saw, and he was surprised. Just those gifts were there. But the lady also said they looked very tender and beautiful and nicely dressed and jolly. But I noticed that on their faces there were some scratches and some wounds. As the Brahmani, the wife of this Brahman, heard the reporting from Brahman heard, immediately he realized, I know who you're talking about, who had come. Krishna Balarama ke. Oh, that was Krishna Balaram. The Lord had come. The very exact thing that I went to look for and to do the shopping, they have been delivered. And I know the scratches that you're talking about, that's me, it's me, you know. In the morning I scratched that verse. Oh, this is not true. Yoga Kshema Vahamyam. This is not happening. So this person maybe had not sufficient patience. He was impatient to get this or get that. That idea's time had not come, or the time to get that gift, that day had not come. So, but he couldn't wait. And faithless as he was, he had scratched that verse and went away. And so when he returned, after hearing what his wife had to say, really, he realized Not even one word of what Lord says. Yeah, Arjun did say, right? Sarvam etad ritam manne yanmam vadasi keshava. Every single thing that, Lord, you have said is true, and I accept as it is wholeheartedly. In the 10th chapter, Arjun had said. So devotees are maintained like that. Who is a maintainer? I mean, otherwise also, who is maintainer? Those elephants in African jungles, they're not just one or two, like in circus, there are hundreds and thousands of elephants. How much do they eat? And tons of food. On Padayatra, we had one elephant. We know how much elephant would eat. Eat and eat and eat. So, who is feeding? Who is feeding those elephants? And who is feeding that little ant wherever? That ant is insignificant ant. The maintainer is the Lord. Lord is maintaining everybody. Even elephants, animals, birds. Why would He not maintain then His devotees, dear devotees? Anyway, it's not a whole maintenance thing, but one year in Mayapur, during the festival, I had just come, first day of the festival. We're sitting after Mangalarti chanting japa, surrounded by Maharajas from all over, all around. And it was a little chilly morning, and we all had our chadars, shawls. The mine one was not as shining as the next door Maharaj. He had a really nice chadar, bright and good looking. And I was thinking, I wish I had one like that one. And you know what happened? After morning program, I was back in my room. One devotee, I forgot his name, Mahaprabhu or some name like that. He doesn't come around so much now. But so he comes, he says, Maharaj, chadar for you. Chetanas chetananam nityas nityanam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. Very famous statement. Prabhupada used to quote this all the time. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. That one, he is one, and others are many. Eko bahunam vidadhati kaman. All the desires, all the needs, they are fulfilled by that one. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. So then I had nice chadar. And that evening I went to stage program. We used to celebrate Prabhupada nights during this like a centennial times, and some years after centennial, Prabhupada 100th birth anniversary. So we're on the main stage, and the stage program, I was now wearing nice chadar and looking good. The program ended. I came back. But I left the chadar on the stage. I was feeling bad. For that time, in my room there was one copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Guess which volume? And I opened, there was Sanatan Goswami in Varanasi on the banks of Ganga. He goes there and he hands his blanket, brand new and expensive blanket, in exchange of the torn one. And again, I'm sure that person who was recipient of that mercy was getting that the new blanket, probably he was struggling. What are you talking? Why are you doing this? Giving away the very expensive blanket. And that was a behavior of a perfect person. The Sanatan Goswami's behavior of giving expensive blanket in exchange of the torn one. That was, and was very difficult for that person who received the blanket, had difficulty to understand the mind and the thought and the behavior of perfect person, Sanatan Goswami. Srila Prabhupada received a telegram. He was in Jhansi. And Prabhupada was with his first and only disciple, Prabhakar Mishra. He was the one who received the telegram. Postman gave it to him. He came to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, there's a message, telegraphic message for you. Prabhupada said, read it out. And as he read, the message was, your servants or your staff in Allahabad is day pharmacy. Manager of the pharmacy. He had stolen the money and fled. All money lost was the telegraphic message. As Prabhakar Mishra read the message and he was looking at Prabhupada's face to Prabhupada, he was expecting Prabhupada to be crying or, what? Lost money? Oh, some expression like that was anticipated by Prabhakar Mishra, but that wasn't the case. He was surprised to see a smile on Prabhupada's face. And not only Prabhupada smiled, he said a verse at that time. What was the verse? Yasya anugrannami harishe tadhanam shanai. Sometimes Lord's benediction comes. He benedicts you. How? Harishe tadhanam shanai. He takes all your money. Or he makes someone to take it away, or something happens that you lose all the money. Money is taken away. And Prabhupada said, oh, this is a benediction for me. It's a benediction for me. Lord is very kind to me. This is a statement of Bhagavatam. So then again it was very difficult for Acharya Prabhakar Mishra to Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Na Bhuja, Vigya Na Bhuja. Very difficult to understand the activities or his feelings or his emotions or what you read on his face or what is obvious. Difficult to understand, difficult to comprehend. Or to understand the perfect person is very difficult. Like that, on and on and on, we will find the examples of life and the characteristics of and teachings of the perfect persons. Again, that was Sudama, the Brahman Sudama. First of all, he would not even go, or he did not think of going to his friend. When they were in Gurukul, they were together, Langotiyar. They were they were roommates, and now he has become the richest person in the world. Dwarkadhisha ki! And he is a very poor Brahmin, hand to mouth kind of situation. But he did not think of going to Sri Krishna and beg for this or ask for this or that. So it was difficult for his wife to understand. Why don't you go? Don't you know? Of course he knew. Krishna, and richest person, friend, is not far from here. Wife had difficulty to understand this perfect person. Sudama. Finally he did go, and he was received the way he was received, because he was a perfect person, a devotee. Lord received him and made him sit down on the same asan where himself and along with Mahalakshmi, Rukmini, they had sat there just a few minutes prior to Sudama's arrival. And he was worshipped and whatnot, and he was worshipped. And then Sudama had given, well, he was not giving, but Krishna kind of forced to get the gift that he had brought with him, chipped rice. And then he spent the night there. Okay, just to cut the long story short, we could say, next morning he was on way back to Sudama Puri, his hometown. Now on the way back home, he remembered, hey, my wife had sent me to Dwarka so that I could ask for some help, something, some money, some clothes, some roti, kapda, makan, something. But I forgot. He remembered that he forgot to ask. And when he did remember that he had forgotten to ask for some help, he did not rush back to Dwarka to ask for some help. He continued his journey back to his hometown. On the way to his hometown. He was saying, "Good boy. Well done." What was well done? I did not ask for nothing. I did not ask for anything from my friend Sri Krishna. So this not asking for nothing, this was well done. Well done. Good, good. I was congratulating, and then he was also thinking, well, I not only I did not ask, but he also did not give anything. And then he's thinking further, oh, I know why he did not give anything to me. Because Lord thought, if I give him some wealth, then he will be spoiled. He will go to Middle East for shopping. He'll be busy with the parties. And when Hare Krishna devotees would ask him to come to the temple, then he would say, oh, I'm busy. Call me later, I am busy. So Lord thought of all this. If I would have received money or wealth, then I could have forgotten him, be busy with this and that. And that's why he did not give me the money or the wealth. And then thinking so, he returned to his hometown, but he had a hard time. When he was nearing that hometown, he was, is this the right way? This doesn't seem to be my hometown. There's a whole face of the town had changed. Facelift was different altogether. So much opulence, and look at the streets, and look at this. It was like being in Dwarka, back in Dwarka again. But it wasn't. It was his town. And soon he saw a lady surrounded by so many other ladies coming in his direction. It seemed that they were coming to meet and greet him. And he was, who are they? And who is that one leading this little team there? Hey, that's my wife. Because now she had a Banarasi sari and embroidery. And then that wife escorted him. Otherwise, there was no way he could have reached his home that was no more there in that place of that earlier home, which was a multi-star facility. In earlier home, when he would lie down, because his roof had so many holes, so when he would lie down, he would see so many stars. So his earlier home was like a multi-star, not 5. Now Middle East has 7 star, but his had multi-star, so many stars. So in that kind of facility, now there's a whole palace, and he entered and Hari. And then he continued his spiritual life, the perfect behavior of a perfect person. He continued to behave perfectly. He continued to get up early morning, Mangalarti. He continued chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And all else continued. He was not bewildered by all this opulence. He never thought, this is mine, oh, this belongs to me. Aham bhogi, aham sukhi, aham balavan, aham. This aham was not there. He took this as a mercy of the Lord, or yoga kshema vahamyam. His wife was thinking, we don't have this, we don't have that. Prabhu, we don't have this. So all that wish list, Lord had taken note of and done yoga kshema vahamyam. But he was, as a perfect person, perfect devotee, he was attached to the Lord and not to the opulences or property given by the Lord, which was now in his possession. Perfect person, right? Perfect person. Sadhura, Vaishnava, Dharma Sthapana Hetu, Sadhura Vyavahar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this to Sanodiya Brahman in Mathura. When Mahaprabhu visited, first he came to Mathura and then to Vrindavan. So while he was in Mathura, he had met this Sanodiya Brahman. To him he said, and he was talking of the Madhvendra Puri. And Madhvendra Puri had, gave association to Sanodiya Brahmin, which is supposed to be a little lower class. Amongst the Brahmanas, there are different categories. But Sanodiya Brahmin is a little lower grade socially. But still, Madhvendra Puri had become his guest and honored prasadam at his place. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited same home, that same Brahmin's place, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sadhura Vyavahar. Dharma Sthapana Hetu Sadhura Vyavahar. The dealings of sadhu are meant for establishing dharma. All his activities are Krishna conscious, dharmic activities meant to establish dharma, to perpetuate dharma. And yeah, certainly they are, that I have another quotation from Prabhupada's purport. Bhagavad-Gita, devotional services, a chapter where described different, Bhaktaman Same Priyaha. Oh, that devotee is very dear to me. Oh, that devotee is such devotee is very dear to me. Such devotee is very dear to me. So then 16th chapter, 12th chapter, 16th verse, Sarvarambha Parityagi, Sarva Arambha Parityagi, Ya Mad Bhakta Same Priya. So this Brahmin that Prahlad Maharaj has come across, he is described as Nirudyamasya. There's no udyog. He is not getting into any activity, no endeavor, is not making no initiative he is getting into. So that is described by Lord in Bhagavad-Gita as Sarva Arambha Parityagi. Or he is very, very careful. He stops, he thinks a lot before he proceeds. He wants to make sure that activity that is about to undertake is not going to bind him. Okay, I will go to the purport. Prabhupada says, pure devotee does not endeavor for anything which is against principles of devotional service. For example, constructing a big building requires great energy, and a devotee does not take to such business if it does not benefit him by advancing his devotional service. Prabhupada continues, he may construct a temple for the Lord, and for that he may take all kinds of anxiety, but he does not construct a big house for his personal relations. So this is a perfect behavior of the perfect person, and so that is seen in the personality of this person that Prahlad Maharaj has come across, and just now met him, and he has made some observation and questioned him, and answer will be unfolded as you go through this chapter. We'll get to know the behavior of perfect person, and by knowing this, then we could endeavor to, following in the footsteps, try to become also a perfect person. That is the idea. Gaur Premanandi. Any questions or comments? I know time is money. No, time is Krishna. I was going to say that. For some time is money, for some time is Krishna. For perfect person, time is Krishna, and the others' time is money. And if you do not utilize your time to make money, then you have wasted your time. And devotee thinks if he does not utilize his time to know Krishna, serve Krishna, acquire Krishna, realize Krishna, then he has wasted his time or even lifetime. So there are two different approaches, right? For one, money is honey, money is all in all, and for other, or the Prakriti is, anyway, and for other party, Krishna is all in all, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So this is also broadly the two kinds of approaches. Yeah. Make it brief and quick. And yeah.
You can see in the history of the movement, many devotees very sincere to show Krishna Prabhupada. Krishna in this mission in so many ways, great actions, due to some attachment, some hardness, become bewildered, at least temporarily, how to deal, how to
Yeah, this concern also was expressed to Srila Prabhupada during, of course, Prabhupada days. We were also concerned that devotees were going away. So Prabhupada's, with confidence, he would say, they will come back. They will come back. They will come back. And we are seeing also those who had gone away have come back. Some will come back in this lifetime. Some will come next lifetime. What is that? Swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahadbhayat. Yeah. Swalpam api. Little progress made on this path, that will save that person from the greatest calamity. The danger is mahadbhayat, means gliding down to the lower species. That's the greatest risk. So that will not happen to those who have taken to Krishna consciousness. So we saw the Bharat Maharaj, King Bharat, he also went away. Last minute something happened. Attachments. Okay, he became a deer. And then he was very careful. He was very careful during that, as a deer. And then at the time of the death for the deer, the deer immersed itself or herself or himself in the waters of Gandaki river, sacred river. And he wanted to make sure, at this time as I leave my body, Ante Narayana Smritihi. He was remembering, in fact, the body of a deer, he was remembering his past and the blunders or his attachment to the, and he was very, very, very cautious and careful. And then, next birth, Jad Bharat, the dumb, the perfect person. Jad Bharat, the perfect person, is lying around and not doing any endeavor. Similar kind of person that Prahlad Maharaj has come across in Sahyadri mountain or in the region there. And then that's it. So it took a little longer. But we attained the perfection. So Prabhupada has encouraged us to wind up the business in this life. But if it did not happen, we couldn't attain that perfection within this lifetime. You will be given opportunities. Okay? Hari. Yeah. I know why I had to leave devotee association. One devotee, when he came back, I know why I left? What was the cause of my leaving? He said, I was a Vaishnava Aparadhi. I was always offending Vaishnavas. Now as I have come back this time, now I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be not let that happen again. So like that. Well, I mean, we also, I mean, until we attain perfection, the perfection, every day we fall down. We may not become so fallen that we go away, but sometimes we are on the verge of leaving. I'm going. I'm out of here. Or the thoughts come to our mind, or we fall. So person should take this, review the situation, do the introspection, and all the shortcomings, shortfalls, try to make up, so that I won't let this happen again, that happen again. So that also, so that we could avoid leaving while we are still in association of devotees, how to continue. So we could also, okay.
Hearing this class, we can understand that we should have firm faith in the Lord Krishna. We should have firm faith in Krishna. Right.
Thank you for the nice comment. Firm faith in Krishna, Krishna's words. Firm faith in devotees also. Faith in both Krishna and Krishna's devotees. Guru and Gauranga. Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada, like that. Yasya Deve Para Bhakti Yatha Deve Tatha Guru. It's said like that. Yasya Deve Para Bhakti. Someone has Para Bhakti Devi in Krishna Dev Ram. No, Krishna is Dev. Having a bhakti in Yatha Devi, in the Lord, Tatha Guru, in the Guru also. Yatha Tatha. Yasya Devi Para Bhakti Tatha Yatha Devi Tatha Guru. Then the Shehi Kathita Artha Prakashante Mahatmana. So both. There are two parties. Lord and Lord's devotees. Then we make progress, we become perfect person. If we have only faith in the Lord and not in Lord's devotees, then we remain kanishta or fallen or third class. We are devotees, but third class. Yes, devotees, but second class. Of course, Prabhupada said, at least try to come to the Madhyam Adhikari platform. And the goal is Uttamadhikar, or the perfect person. Okay, anything? Micro.
The story you told about the Brahman who ate this verse, the same Vishnu came to
Still Balaram? Yeah?
same Vishnu. So the verse is like analogous with the Brahman. It looks like something like he ate that verse. So he didn't have that way. How should we understand?
Anyway, Lord came to, we could say that. I'm not sure. Krishna Balaram came, or Krishna and Radha came, or Krishna and Lord came. Lord came and delivered the gifts. It is said differently. Who came? Only Krishna came, or came with Balaram, came with cowherd boys? Maharaj, you have. Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj is writing. Maharaj.
Jagannath wrote that this incident took place in Jagannath Puri. Panda, his name was Gita Panda. So certainly Krishna Balaram means Jagannath and Bhakti Purushottam are talking this.
Jagannath Puri, Krishna and Balaram resides.
This incident took place there in Jagannath Puri.
Oh, okay. So they left Subhadra behind, only two brothers went to do the home delivery. Okay. Adha Gaur Premanande, Sri Krishna Balaram ki.